What? They paint their butts? Like some clients love. Hey everyone! So we are entering the world of co-working spaces and freelance makeup artists. I don't know how far this will go cause the negotiation process is super tough. These makeup artists usually like to work in their own place, and even if we offer some neutral territory, a ton of questions start. Anyway, after like 2 days of negotiations, I managed to book some time with a makeup artist on the condition that I pay for a place in a co-working space plus paid parking for her car. I brought some bright eyeshadows with me. Great, because no one wants those. Oh really? Why? I used to have brides and wedding guests every 2 weeks, but after COVID, I only get a bride once every 6 months. And cosmetics goes bad, you know. So, have you picked anything out? No, I thought we would choose something together. Okay, what's your outfit going to be? I don't really know. I'm thinking a dress, but let's not focus on the clothes. I'll just match to the makeup. Can we do a line there? If you do a line, it's good for photos and the runaway or photo shoots. In real life, it starts to smear just like the lower eyeliner smears. That's why I don't even do lower lashes for clients. I don't paint them. They get dark circles under the eyes. At first, it's all good, but then some jerk tells you your whole under eye area is in a mess and you walk around like that all day. Good that you give me a blanket, cause it's cold down here in the basement. That thing makes you look older. I don't recommend that to anyone. What's this? Blush, like grandmas wear. To me it looks like an orange spot at the bottom. You mean on the cheeks? On the cheeks, yeah. It's like face correction. I don't know what she needs to correct. Her face shape is normal. Why do that? I can only guess. It's just to do it. Are you against that? Well, let's see if it will suit me. No, we can't remove this later if I do it. I usually do a light pink blush. Well, you are not Chinese, so you don't need that cheek contouring. That's usually for people with a white face that need to be narrowed. Well, mine's not narrow either. Your face shape is normal, oval. Yeah, normal, but it could be a bit smaller. A lot of things could be smaller. I'd want to be taller, like 20 centimeters more, so my weight distributes better, but reality is like that. Can I say if I have any preferences as we go? I do like to show the final look. Oh, what's this? Can I look at this? Yeah, those are color correctors. Wow, that is clearly professional stuff. Yeah, but the case is already broken. How to use this? You don't need this often, cause you don't have that much skin for all these colors. Your skin tone is classic, you just need to buy one corrector that matches you. So, you squeeze out foundation and match it? No, I just have an empty spot there, so it's convenient for me. Because you're always lugging around a messy palette, that's disgusting, you know? Yeah, that's why it's more convenient for me. For you it would be expensive. I once went to MAC to get a classic palette, and I was disappointed that all their colors were repeats. Well, it's been a while since I was there. You're talking about these ones, right? Yeah, the MAC ones. Back then, it was 5,000 rubles. I don't know the price now. Oh, that's professional, right? I thought they left the market, closed down. Sorry, how much? 10. 10 years to use it? Yeah, if nothing happens, why not? Actually, I don't use foundation at all for going out. Although with age I've gotten redness around my nose, like most people get after 25. Then after 45 you get rosacea when the capillaries come to the surface. You are bothering me, you always have to sit up straight. Oh, I'm sorry, I just keep wanting to look in the mirror. I'm just putting on your foundation, it's normal procedure, what's the look at? But still it's interesting. Better to apply it to different part of face. The face, not the hands or the ass like some clients love. What? They paint their butts? No, I'm just saying, but why paint your hand when you will be putting this foundation on your face? And where I need to apply it properly? On the face, of course. You take some testers, apply one, then another, remember which one you liked and go check in a mirror outside. You can usually tell from the tube which color will match you better. How's that? Look, you take a tube like this one, it's clear this one doesn't match you. But these are the ones. One of them will probably work for you. Usually, a lighter one is better since you match it to your neck. The face is easy to match, but getting it to match the neck is hard. Because when you do the neck, it ends up staining your clothes. People just love something darker, like a tan. Yeah, like you just got back from vacation. And then you end up with yellow skin, but your hands will give you away that you are not actually tanned. When I tan in a tanning bed or when we go to Turkey, I cover my face. Because matching foundation to the face is no problem at all, especially with my makeup collection. I can find any shade. But the worst part is the damn legs. Anything fatty tans well. Hands, belly, shoulders, but where there is more muscle, like the calves, it just doesn't tan at all. What? You think it's because of muscle? It also depends on skin type. If the tan doesn't apply evenly, then you shouldn't be tanning at all. That's a direct path to skin cancer. Me and my mom have that kind of skin. And thanks God the kids took after my ex-husband. As for men, they never notice anything. Yeah, I had a few clients come in for platinum blonde coloring. A famous TV host came in. We had a contract with the Persona brand for free advertising on different channels. Their host got free services. I've never had niggers as clients. You mean dark-skinned clients, right? Yeah, there are a lot of them now in Russia. Yellow tones are for those Chinese types. Uzbeks don't really come to us either. So, dark and yellow shades aren't useful, huh? Then why did you buy them? For samples? We had to get those for training, but they never even got used. You learned makeup in school? Yes, the Persona makeup school. When was that? In 2004. 20 years ago? Is this palette also from back then? No, I bought a new one. I got it because of a few needed colors. The rest don't get used. I don't have any niggers or Chinese clients. No dark-skinned clients, yeah? I did have a Japanese client once. I see his brow hair is sticking out and it was really bothering me. I pulled on it and it was a thread 3 centimeters long. He was 53 but looked 30. He must have had a lot of plastic surgery with all those threads. I almost had a heart attack. They need warn about things like that, so the makeup artist doesn't die of horror. How do you expect that to go? A woman comes in for makeup and says, "Sorry, my whole face is in a threads." His assistant should have warned me. What's really bothers me is that everyone insists on kissing a bride. When those touchy-feely relatives shows up, I don't even let them touch the bride. In my opinion, it's illogical to show up in the morning when the bride is getting ready and demand slippers, tea and everything else and try to save on a hotel. That's the highest of rudeness in my view. And how much does it cost to get the bride ready? 10,000 rubles. You know what surprises me the most? She bought the dress, bag, shoes, but don't want to pay for face and hairstyle. Is that the bride's mother? Yeah, mothers, grandmothers who came from the villages. They will kill for the last penny. They save on everything. Well, it's probably because they don't have money. It's not because of a good life. No, it's a mentality. The mentality of a woman over 30. If they are from the villages, what kind of income could they have? Pennies. No, even if the girl come from the village, you can never take the village out of the girl. The mentality remains. For the village, even 10,000 rubles is a huge amount. No, even if her children give her money, but the mentality remains, not a penny for herself. Oh, that's sad. What's this? It's powder, Gucha. What does it look like inside? Can you show me? Gucha? Do you recommend it? Yeah, I like this color. It's 03, but there is no guarantee you will buy it. The collection has passed and bye-bye. You know, they are such bitches. They change collection and then you can't find it. You mean Gucci? All of them. Okay, so what are we doing now? The eyes, right? Yeah, I didn't like the redness in you. A lot of people often have creases. What creases? The ones in the corners of your eyes. They are more pronounced on you. Oh, the face turned out flawless, like an egg. I usually do contouring just a bit there. from the ears to the nose, but I don't know why they paint this brown color over there. I think it's to look slimmer visually. You don't need it. Maybe a Korean or Chinese girls need it. Oh, I've been racist or what? I don't understand you. Now I'm talking about face shapes. They have faces with more prominent cheekbones. I just don't have those hollows on my cheeks. When they do the contouring on those areas, it visually reduces them. Okay, I can do it for you, but I don't like it. Let's do it a bit though. I think it suits me. Suck in your cheeks. Not like that. Doesn't it get sucked in a bit more? No. Well, did the face slim down? No. I'll agree to the brown color only on the nose wings. That really improves the nose. On your face shape, it's pointless. Maybe because you applied just a little bit. Should we add some more? It's not visible with this light. In neutral daylight, it will look much more pronounced. And now we will apply it to the nose wings, right? Yeah, to make the nose line looks highlighted. Is it noticeable now? Well, as for me it is. Okay, I'll follow your lead since I'm sitting so far from the mirror. Again, I don't understand why they do that brown color on her operated nose tip. According to the rules, you can only do that on protruding or hooked noses. If the nose is operated on like hers, it's clearly normal, so why that brown spot on the nose? I don't really understand why they do this with her nose. And do I need it? You don't need it. Your nose is completely normal. Probably not operated on, right? Just normal. Well, nobody knows. How did you know her nose was operated on? I can see it by the tip. By the tip? What about it? How can I tell you? It's too flat at the end and wrapped inside. I can tell it from the tip. A client whose husband is a plastic surgeon told me the tip is a bit rounder. That means it's an operated nose. When they gathered all the excess and stitched it up. Your brows really need trimming. How is this? At first pulled down and trimmed, then pulled up and trimmed. What? How do you know that it's time to trim them? Okay, look. Look right here. This extra part just gets cut off and you get a perfect line. Brows like yours constantly need styling. So you're suggesting to trim them at home? It's better to have a makeup artist do that for you, otherwise you can mess it up yourself. Because you just can't see what you're cutting. I've messed it up a few times on myself. But I heard they say you shouldn't trim brows at all. Maybe you shouldn't, but if it's bothering me, why not to trim them? I take some tea. Wow, they're bringing tea and candies considering the first visit is free. Well, I see the glossy finish at the photo. They are using wet eyeshadows here. Wet eyeshadows is such a pain. I bought some and threw them out. Oh, why? It's only for runaway makeup or themed parties, when the client leaves you and goes to the event. I don't have those kinds of clients. Mine's wear my makeup all day. And what happens with it? Eyeshadow creases when you blink. On your reference, they most likely just appealed it and took a photo, but as soon as you start using your eyes, your eyeshadows get stuck in all the creases. But aren't there long-lasting ones? I didn't like that kind of thing. I test everything on myself. Okay, I see. Another very unpleasant feeling is like it's tighter in the eye. Models, of course, have to endure all of that, but I don't have those kinds of clients. Mine are mainly classic and then go to some regular place. Is this pink? Yes, just to give you a bit of freshness, besides of old age from the brown. Do you think the brown really ages? Yeah, I'm absolutely certain about that. In our training, they told us that it only suits evening dresses and adds 10 years to the age. The brush is wet, yeah? It's a water. You apply the eyeshadows on it if you want them to turn out as bright as in a palette. Otherwise, they start creasing when they're dry and you don't get the desired color. I could never make it work. And the secret is in the water? Yes, in the water or foundation, but I don't really like foundation. It creases as well. When I wash my face in the morning, I immediately apply my makeup. The skin is wet then. Oh, it really annoys me when people just stare and distract me from my work. I lose my train of thought. Where do they stare? In the mirror of themselves, turning their heads, or in the phones? Well, I don't only when you step away. I really like working on site. On site? What do you mean? On the website, you know, go into the clients' homes. You found me on the website, right? What I especially like is that clients don't have a mirror at home, so when I'm done, they look at the final result. In the salon, it drove me crazy when they look at themselves and ask questions like, "Oh, why it's so yellow?" Because of the artificial light. They drive me crazy with this blonde. I'd have to dry the bands so they wouldn't freak out that the color is yellow. But at home, there is no an option, and I'm really glad about that. Most people get ready in the kitchen, and of course there is no mirror. You can only see your reflection in the microwave. But what if people didn't have a chance to express their wishes during the process and at the end, they don't like it? I don't have those situations, and if someone doesn't like it, he look at it in neutral daylight the next day and the color is completely different. Have you seen my work? There are a video where I make the client move to 3 different corners of the apartment and her hair has 3 different colors. And it's all 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute. So if they don't like it, they just need to go to another corner and it will be fine? Yes, it's best to look at the neutral daylight. Now you are adding more water, right? Yeah, each new layer makes it brighter and brighter. Interesting, and you have to wet each one, yeah? Yeah, and by the way, the full black color on the eyes on those photos, that's retouching. In real life, it's dark gray. And why can't you do it black then? Look here, it's black, but when blended, it becomes dark gray. Maybe it's just a palette like that? They all are. In the palette, it is called asphalt color. Have you moved from Persona already, or you're still working there? No, they don't pay the salary there. I left a long time ago in 2010. Maybe they just didn't pay at a certain place, but it's okay in others. Working from the website is much more profitable. I go to a specific line for a decent pay instead of just sitting in the salon and wasting time for hours. Tell me please, what's the proper name of this shape? There isn't one, I don't know what it's called. I heard there is a banana shape. That's all the new fashion stuff. I wasn't trained at that. I completed the classical school. In classical style there are no names, no, just round, elongated, the usual names. Who is Arutun? Some American makeup artist, I forgot her name. Oh, you mean Goar? Yes, I looked her up and she doesn't do anything special, she just made a name for herself by posting makeup looks. Moreover, you can't wear that on an ordinary day. You can't wear it to the work. After all, most people are regular, they work in offices. Well, such makeup is usually done for special occasions. No, more often it's done for work. For work, I'm talking about every day when you do it yourself. And of course, women don't dress up as much for high school reunion as they do. And what do you think brow color would suit me best? Well, your color is dark gray. To make them visible, you'd need to do them the same color as your eyeshadow, so they'd be bright. But there is another type of makeup where the brows are concealed with foundation, so the focus is only on the eyes. We did that a lot for the runway. You mean in Persona in 2010? Now at the Fashion Week, we all work there. I even have a photo with our mentor. I have an eyeliner that peels off. It dries up, and if you constantly touch or rub your eye, it will come off in chunks. Oh really? But I won't rub my eye. I usually don't even touch my makeup. But I can just make a sharp line with eyeshadow. Well, it won't be as bright as with the eyeliner. In the reference, the lines are so contrasting. Gosh, we might ruin everything now. Why ruin it? It looks beautiful in the photo. We can't achieve that sharp line now. I have already blended it. I'm against it, but we can try, okay? Why are you against it? I don't like this idea. I think it's vulgar. But it's for an evening. The occasion allows for it. I just want it to look like the reference with that definite edge. The eyeliner just dries up quickly. It will end up coming off in chunks now. And if it's bad, can you use a different eyeliner? It will just peel off in pieces where the eye moves. And what about the upper part? That doesn't move either. You mean drawing it here above the eye? Yeah, I want to like the reference. Alright, let's ruin everything in the way you want. No, I don't want to ruin it. I just wanted to look more like the reference. No, stop doing that. My hands are shaking when people stare at me. What? Where do I stare? Right in my eyes. Sorry, I didn't look. Well, in my opinion, it was better before. Really? Why? Look how beautiful that girl's makeup is in the photo. She has an eyeliner. It is a graphite color, right? This is a special palette for brows because the regular palettes have unnatural colors, but this one works for both dark and blondie brows. And what color did you choose for me? It's like black, dark ash blonde. You match the brow color to the hair color, right? No, to the brow color. The client's hair color can be anything. How do you then understand what will suit? By the brows, they're still there now. And what about the brow shape? Maybe I need them a bit wider. What do you think? Well, I can make them a bit wider on top. You should widen where there is hair. Okay, but where do I have hair? Up here, you have hair, so you can make them wider. Alright, let's do it. But if you do it underneath, it will be obvious that the brow is drawn on. I need it to be beautiful, inconspicuous, and preferably have them look similar. Well, this is your natural shape. And when you draw the brows, don't you change the shape? I make the shape that a person has naturally. I work in a classic style. I don't do that black horrible brows from Instagram that don't match at all with all they naturally have. And it's so obvious. But if they naturally thin, can you make them beautiful? No, if they don't have any hair, I work with what's there. So you can't draw where there is no hair? I don't understand why they want to do that. It's immediately obvious that brows are drawn on. So you can only fill in where there is actual hair. Yes, when they do beyond the natural hair growth, it's noticeable, at least to me. And what do you think? Is this color not too dark to me? Now it suits to the eyes, but in real life it will be too dark. In real life you need the same color but a bit lighter. If we are doing light colored brows so they don't disappear against the bright eye makeup. So you can't just draw the brows evenly all the way? No, that's noticeable. I don't do that to myself. Do I need to look like a doll? No. I just laugh at how girls are doing their makeup nowadays. It's such a horror. I recently went to the tax office. They are all sitting there, all the same, like clowns. All of them with done-up lips, false lashes, probably their noses are done too, like dogs. Wow, you're quite an expert. And then I saw a woman around 60, probably an experienced employee. Also like a duck? No, she was ordinary. I think how she's only ordinary one among all these clowns. I know there is a technique where they draw individual brow hairs. Would this suit me? Well, that's part of microblending that don't draw it themselves. No, there are people who actually draw it themselves, not microblending. But it's still obvious that those aren't your own hair. They don't have any volume. I see, you think I shouldn't deform myself like that. You are fine as you are, why would you? As for the lips, hers are naturally painted because the focus is on the eyes. But to do those lips you need perfect skin. Well, my skin perfect now. Mine isn't. If I paint my lips without foundation, it doesn't look good. But it will look good on me, right? So you're suggesting me to cover them up now and I'll apply the lipstick at home. Will you go home before the event? Then yes. Do you have a mascara at home? I'll look for it. Now do it like this. So the lipstick spreads evenly. Yes, you should have exfoliated your lips. They are all beaten. You'd better use something glossy then. So I need to do that part at home myself? Yes, and do you have a lip liner to fix it? Yeah, I think I'll find one. Now it looks good? Should we make the lips a bit bigger? What do you think? If it needed that, I would have already done it. Really? You don't like bigger lips? No, well, I had clients who really needed to plump them up, even with Botox. But those clients think they are already perfect as is. Like in my case. In your case, your lips are fine as they are. They seem small to me. They seem small because we have made a sharp contour. If you use a gloss, the lips get blurred in the space. And what if I want blurred, spread out lips now? Then apply a gloss. Do you think it will look bad if you draw them on more? I'm making your lips precisely following your natural contour. If I make them bigger and you don't like it, we won't be able to erase that. I see where your real natural line is. When I graduated as a makeup artist and hairstylist, I noticed a lot of unnecessary things. Should we add some blush too? Blush? Pink? Well, some kind of blush because it looks a bit pale to me. Well, it's a classic. If you're interested, it all comes from France. From Madame Pompadour, Ludovic XIV's mistress. You know what else they did? Blackens their teeth. Because they were losing teeth from scurvy. They always had little patches to collect lice because they wore wigs. And from her also came the red lipstick and perfumes. Back then, there were no eyeshadows, so they focused on bright lips and black brows. When we are done, you will go outside and everything will be much brighter there. Brighter? Yes, the artificial light makes the makeup look half as instant as in real life. Okay, is there anything else we can do for me? No. How about a highlighter on the cheeks, for example? Well, I have a shimmery powder, but it makes the face look oily. I don't like that. What if not all over the face? Well, only on the T-zone. Right, not all over, but in spots. Where exactly should I apply it by the rules? On the T-zone, the chin, definitely not the cheeks. The cheeks should never be shiny. So, just the forehead, nose and chin? Can you show me that shimmery thing? Is everything here organized so you don't get lost and can find things quickly? Now it's actually quite messy for me. I'm constantly losing things and taking a lot time to find them. Yeah, I just want that not to be made all over the face, but shiny where it's supposed to be. The T-zone only. Like a cross, a talisman. So the cheeks should be completely matte? Yes, it's for people with a bumpy nose, for example. The shine makes it look brighter. But why on the forehead then? I don't know that. I just know that have to color the T-zone and that's it. Now I'm done. How much do I owe you? For 2-hour parking. Okay. You want to photograph me for your portfolio? So we didn't do lashes, so it's not a full look. Yeah. Alright, let's see how it turns out. And will my photos then be on your website? No, I can't add photos there. It's just for sending to clients, but there won't be demand for this kind of makeup. And what do you think? Does the makeup suit me? Yeah, it does. You have a classic face and aren't overweight. But when women who doesn't suit do this, they look vulgar and unattractive. The pink hair saves you. You can do any makeup with that. The lips did turn out a bit patchy though. Can't anything be done about that? Are they just like that? Yes, you should have removed the express skin from your lips. It's a problem everyone has, not just you. Can't you put on some lip balm? Don't you have any? No. It would have softened them and made it all okay. Well, that is a cosmetology procedure. I don't even know what lip balm to use. And would that be an additional cost? Well, yes, but it's easily removed at home with a scrub. Yeah, but I didn't know. I came and this is the result. Alright, thank you. Now let's find out the parking fee. So tell me, how is the makeup? I'd rather not to say anything. What's missing? Probably the interlash area could be more defined. Oh, you think so? Is everything else sufficient? Guys, this is a co-working space. First visit is free. free. It's quite decent. Have you been open for long? Just a year. Well, it's all quite nice here, good renovation, coat hanging, they even make a tea and provide blankets if you're cold. Let's head out. My makeup is hidden behind glasses. Glasses turned out to be a surprisingly necessary thing. There is even a coffee shop here, you can grab a snack. There are shoe covers, but it's dry outside now, so they're not needed. And I found out this coworking is open 24 hours. Guys, I don't even know how to go out. Like this, hiding behind the glasses so no one calls the police? Or open the face and let you examine it in detail. I'm afraid people won't understand. I don't need that extra attention. But on the other hand, it's the same as just looking at black circles, so let's take a risk. Don't look at me like that. I didn't voluntarily do this. Remember, the camera exaggerates a bit. It's an iPhone problem. But in this case, it doesn't matter. I need time to rest. This chapter has exhausted me. On one hand, there are so many stories, I'm not sure I'll keep them all, but some will definitely make it in the videos. But you know, there is something malicious about gossip. It's tiring. One thing is when the stories are interesting, thrilling, with a kind message and desire to make the world better, and another is aggressive criticism. Judging people who have no relation to you and don't have to be liked by you. I think how people look, how they dress, how they do their makeup, that's their personal business. And I don't really like when the topic of discussion from the standpoint of how can somebody live like that mixed with some insults. Well, it's really tiring me out. Oh gosh, some kind of hammer appeared. It was absolutely silent before. And you know, actively telling this to a client is also strange. We don't have to put up with this honestly. At some point, it really exhausted me. Write me what you think. As for the pluses, you need to know that she has a fairly active life position within the scope of her views. The makeup artist could have worked in this salon for years, understand that the money is not enough and just sit around. But as she said, she needs to feed 2 children, so she went into freelance, where there are also risks, no stable income. But she's trying, posting ads, and even though she doesn't have fabulous makeup skills, she does hairstyles and hair coloring and even does bridal makeup. In general, she's hustling as best she can, not just sitting around waiting for money to fall from the sky. But you will agree that the person is pushing through, and that's great. As for the makeup, whenever you look, it's all kind of a mini masterpiece. Starting with the eyebrows, although I hinted a lot and asked her to make them even not just dark ones that look like leeches. They have a round start and no texture at all. But she says only microblending can do that. It all sounds like, don't bother me, I didn't know and don't want to know. In principle, she should be encouraged in every stage to look for something new and take new training courses herself. Because if you study in 24 and consider that everything new is nonsense, then that's bad. And here, frankly, there is room for improvement. Of course, my makeup was not the simplest. The makeup artist agreed to it. But it could have been done better, let's be honest. I often get messages like, you always choose a complex, creative makeup that the makeup artist have never done before, and then expect something from them. Yes, the makeup may not be an exact match, but you can make it so that it adores the face, and this one clearly not what suits me. As for the lips, simply coloring the lips with a stick is a basic technique. Why do my lips look like that? They are all patchy. Their lipstick didn't go on evenly. The upper lip is longer than the lower one and it hangs over to the side. Let's go further. Why did she sculpt the lower part of my face? Covered it in a masculine way and it looks like I have stubble, like I haven't shaved, and on weekends I look like a yeti. The entire part of my face was made black-brown. She only slightly plumped up my lips after my third request. At first they were thin, as it drawn inward. When I was leaving and asking the co-working administrator how I looked, she awkwardly said, "Can I not say?" I did pay for the makeup after all. Yes, I saw the artist's previous work. This wasn't a case of me booking blindly. Plus, she has 2 small kids. She spent her time, so me conscience didn't allow me not to pay. What could have been improved here? Stop insulting everything you don't understand and can't handle, and start looking into it, including, as she said, the popular even eyebrows. Don't insult them, but try to understand why they can be beautiful. And are they really worse than what I do? Do women with trendy brows really look worse than me? I feel like instead of calling anything complex nonsense and distancing yourself from it, you should start to gradually understand and practice new techniques. But of course, it's easier just to negatively label things and that way avoid having to learn anything new. And just stay stuck in 30-year-old makeup, call it classic, and give everyone the same not so beautiful face. I can't say I was satisfied with the process because unfortunately I couldn't bring her a ray of light because all my wishes were called something horrible and ugly by the makeup artist. Anything I wanted to improve, she exaggerated to some absurdity and only then asked if I really need it, like with the hair stroke brow technique. She called it scarring. I couldn't get the makeup artist to think about whether she was doing everything right. Honestly, I think that's the reality. When people are engaged in self-development, they do it without you, and it's always noticeable when a person is interested in new things. Such people are self-improving, they have a need to learn something. And there are people who are satisfied with everything. It's okay for them to move on a horizontal plane. Oh yay! I finally found a deserted place! So let's make a conclusion. After all, we can always find something useful for ourselves in everything. And from this situation, I extracted nothing? Well, if seriously this is a lesson in how to get stuck in one place, negatively label everything you don't like and not try to fix anything. I believe this is a self-defense mode. To go into condemning everything, to call yourself the only right one and condemn everyone else. When you are already labeled something as wrong, it gives you the ability to legally stay in your own box and not stick your head out, as if you are the smart one and the world is unfair. But as a result, it all turns into something not very good for your life. You deprive yourself on the opportunity to develop because you are already called it all unsuitable for you ideal self. Well guys, while I was working and recording the video, the makeup artist called me and said that the co-working administrators had told her that I was filming and posting the artist without their consent. I am deeply surprised by the administrators. I advertised their co-working space free. What a great, wonderful place, I said. And as soon as I left, they started to rile up the makeup artist, who panicked and called me and asked me not to post anything without permission. Why they do that? Not clear, considering that I was maximally loyal to them. And I'm not filming the makeup artist without their consent. No face, at most just legs, and I'm not showing anything by which this master can be identified. That's the example of bad administrators in the salon. When everything was going well, they they riled up the artist, stirred up a panic, and caused a scandal. Thanks God I left in time. A big minus for the co-working space. Anyway, what do you think about makeup? I'm waiting for your comments. I kiss and hug you all. Come here. With these crooked wrapped lips, I kiss you all and wait for your comments.
Ты разбила мое сердце и осколки разбросала. Ты всегда была моей звездой, а теперь чужою стала.